Boy Dex back in with a tournament match. It is round 2 of the tournament, I believe. And today we have WTS versus one of the strongest players in the world, I guess. Teknik. Teknik has a lot of records, but let's see how he matches against someone who has dedicated every single waking second to Agava. He has actually managed to map out like all situations for Agaba bombs, like just that alone. So we'll see. This is gonna be an interesting match. Alright. Sorry if the quality's gonna be off. This is probably due to WTS's screen. But yeah, let's get this show on the road. This might take a while. We'll see if it takes. Alright. Hold. Or looks like they're waiting. Alright. Actually, speaking of which, let's go actually check out the WTS's versus Isaac Teknik's team actually. Oops. So team choosing from WTS. So these are WTS's teams. He has number one, his standard team, very defensive. He's really trying to rely on building up just his bubble. Then he can go for a strong spell offensive where he can destroy their enemy bubbles quickly and just overall deal a lot of damage while maintain a lot of defense. This one is more gimmicky. It's very based on just trying to outlast their opponent. You slowly ramp up. I wouldn't say it's that great, but yeah, who's the judge? This one is probably his most aggressive team, although it does obviously rely on Agaba because he is an Agaba main. But yeah, there are some options for setup, but yeah, but overall aggressive. Final team, yeah, just kind of stalling. He ramps up and he makes sure that you can't ramp up any kind of attack that goes against him. It's pretty good. Let's just see if he can use it to beat Teknik. Meanwhile, let's see what Teknik got. Oops. Alright. Okay. Fuck, I need to go. Crap, I need to go find that. Alright, this is a TVR. This might take a while, actually. I'll go back. I'll tell you when I'll see you back when I'm done. And I give up. I'll just find the teams afterwards, and I'll just show you what they are. Actually, I might just go see what the teams are themselves. Teknik has images. Alright, those are his 4 teams. So he has, first of all, his standard aggressive team. Very tanky, really relies on just on quick attacks with Falcons so that they're forced to heal up early while allowing Ghost to ramp up a lot. You also have to be worried about Monkey too because that will allow for comeback mechanics. Sophia's for ramp up, and then Gato's just to deal with other Scorch users. Yes, what many consider the current meta, even though only like one person like uses it like ever, and people barely play the game anymore. Is Infernal Bolt. General idea is just to ramp up so you can get glitchy, but also glitchy involves another type of playstyle where you just get hit with glitchy and then you Infernal immediately. No ifs, no buts, no when. You just get hit with glitchy, then you Inferno, and it will kill most Pixelings. Because Inferno does enough to kill a lot of assassins. So unless you have very good reaction time, then you won't be able to deal with glitchy that easily. And you still even have to hit him a bunch of times. Teknik has his Abudu team. Very standard. You try to ramp up for either Abudu or Iggy. You can use one of them as a distraction while the other goes for the kills. And it's two of the quickest spells in the game, which have the most value, so I can get everything. And then Teknik has his final one, which is Lulu, where he uses Guppy for stun, Falcon for pressure, and then the rest you can already tell what it is. Alright, let's go into the matches. Let's go. Alright, okay, ready? 3, 2, alright, no, hold up. Let's wait. Alright, looks like the match is about to begin in 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, Melvin's Teknik, by the way. Alright, and the match begins. It looks like WTS is going for a ramp up with Baxter first, because that's his best option based on the hand he got. So he goes for a Baxter, then Vlad, while Melvin goes for. Looks like they got hit. They exchanged a little bit of hits. Melvin goes a bit passive, which is a very bad play. For me, you usually want to try to get Gusto into the game early so you can try to build up his charge and also go for ability. That early mistake might cost him in the future just because of how little ramp up he gets. He does have Scorch though. WTS made a big mistake. He also doesn't even get the damage off too, so that's also a bad idea. WTS is actually screwing this up very badly. But the issue with Teknik is that he doesn't move, so he'll get advantage. WTS makes use of his heal to redirect onto Agaba, and he should get bubble in a little bit. Alright. And what he'll do next is probably swap in something like Vlad, because that's higher HP. It also allows for extra redirect even if they do Scorch. Because swapping in something like Falcon is pretty bad. So you just might want to swap in the highest HP, but also does the most damage. And you'll get your HP. He can't Scorch anyways. He'll probably Scorch when he has the actual heavy. But this is a good thing that he did here. Because if he had popped the bubble instead of like healing up, because since he doesn't have Berserk, if he hadn't healed up before, he would have died if he had gone for a Scorch combo, which would ruin his chances. But yeah, both these players are making some pretty massive mistakes. He will survive that. See? If he didn't do that, he wouldn't have survived. He should use our heal, by the way. Good job. Although that bubble will be very annoying. He'll have enough for a second. He'll have enough to survive. Ooh. WTS commits a little bit too extra on that swap, so now he gets punished. You have to be very careful here, because one wrong mess up for WTS will lose. Well, all Melvin has to do is try to go for a quick Scorch and followed by range kill. That's all he needs to do. Although that kill will help him out tremendously. Good choice for WTS. What wasn't my first idea? You want to try to go? I was thinking of swapping in Boris just to gain a massive lead. But he probably did a little bit late. Alright, he needs to swap here perfectly or else he's gonna carry. If you can't kill, you're just screwed. He Scorches. Then he's gonna follow up with a kill. Yeah, Baxter's really carrying this team right now. Gets another kill. Don't know why he did it so early. He could have gone for, he could have just waited a little bit and then go for a sacrifice, but that's alright. Oh, maybe he went for a kill in there. I see. Because there's basically 2 bubbles in the field. As long as he so one of them, he'll be fine. And it looks like WTS wins the first game. Well done by WTS, although there were many mistakes. He looks like Teknik made more mistakes, and it looks like GG's. Finish him. Go! Alright. And next match should be beginning in a little bit. So it was really interesting to see Teknik crumble under the amount of aggression that WTS has. The main issue with Teknik's team against that matchup, I wouldn't say it's a hard counter, but there were options that WTS had that completely shut down Teknik. Because Teknik is all about slow, resistant play against people trying to attack him. The issue with that is that it only works with range because he has Shrouded, not any kind of other resistance. So a really strong troll will be able to just completely wipe his team if they can keep the damage high, and also they can last long enough. As long as you have even one troll, you'll be able to go for combos that you wouldn't normally be able to go for because of that Shrouded. If someone's using all range team, then yeah, they'll have a very hard time. But as long as you have at least one troll, you should be able to get a win. What he probably should have done was just go aggressive early on as well, because obviously, if you have or what I mean by aggressive is that you probably want, because there's this little theory I got here. It's called rock paper scissors for setups, anyways. And this is mainly for 2 range. 2 range will always beat 2 range, and a troll will always beat 2 range in a tank, because you can focus on the specific pixeling and they'll die. 2 range and a tank will always beat 2 range and a melee, because the melee will always hit the tank. But 2 range and a tank and a melee will always beat 2 range and a troll, because trolls naturally have more stats than a troll would. And with overall damage, as long as you keep all of them alive, you'll just be able to get more kills than they will. So yeah, that's the simple strategy behind it. If he had went for an even more aggressive attack, and make sure that he had not wasted any of his attacks, he had not wasted any of his turns, he would have gotten an advantage. Alright, but we'll see what the next match is going to be like. I would be a lot more hyped right now. I apologize for that, but when you're trying to commentate by yourself when the matches happened like 3 weeks ago, this is going to be quite difficult. Okay, see that? Alright, looks like WTS versus Melvin game 2. And this is Gusto team versus I believe it was Inferno Bolt. Oh yeah, Melvin's going really aggressive. The issue with Melvin's with WTS's Teknik's team is that the standard glitchy team is glitchy 4 support Inferno Bolt, with having 2 of those supports being strengthened, so you can maintain impression. You really don't need Putes, because since you're running Inferno Bolt, you have a lot more targets on your back, and having multiple options to target is kind of bad, since you don't have any recovery options, like for example, a healing touch or anything. So WTS is running something similar to almost a hard counter, you can say, because the drain will stop him from ramping up at all. The Gusto will take a shit ton of damage, and making sure that even if he does hit tap once, he can't Inferno afterwards, or else he just gets countered immediately. And also double Shrouded, because all of his damage comes from range, and range gets beaten by Shrouded a lot. WTS's Shrouded is also a troll, so if it's even one hit, it will be an advantage. You can't really take this kind of gameplay lightly. One wrong team matchup, and you can lose the tournament completely. But that only depends if you play it like your absolute worst. And it looks like Melvin's playing actually bad. Although he does have some options. As long as he can keep that piece alive, he can try to go ramp up for at least a kill on maybe the story or something. That's actually a waste. He goes for a drain though. It might not be a waste because I was thinking we can try to go for extra damage, but yeah, it's not the best choice. But I would not say you like lose the game immediately. Although he can go for Pewt's Heavy combined with Infernal Bolt to try to go for a kill. Yeah, it's very risky in that situation. But otherwise, yes. Oh, he almost got the punish. Yeah, it's really difficult for Teknik to try to get any advantage here. Just because of how difficult it is for a glitchy like Pixeling to make use of a comeback mechanic. Because it's too long right now. Right now Melvin's having Teknik's having a hard time with just Rick coming back. Although WTS does make a bunch of mistakes that might lead to his doom, but without any kind of ramp up, he will basically just die. He does have his recovery mechanic coming soon, but he really needs more damage. He heals up immediately though, which is very unfortunate for Teknik, because Infernal Bolt will not be enough. You can see it. He can still tank another glitchy HP with glitchy attack with HP spare, and he just activated Berserk. One shot, and holy shit! Oh man, it looks like he's about to get 4. That's when you survive a game with 4 Pixelings. And and it looks like Teknik rage quits because he knows he's gonna lose. That's the thing about glitchy, very all high risk, high reward. And he took the risk, and he was not good enough to get the reward. Well played by WTS with the 2-0. Jesus Christ. Gusto is the #1 seed at our tournament, and he's gained, like, he's already down to his last life before he gets knocked down to losers. Get a bit of pressure, and it looks like the third match is about to start. And this time it should be Lulu versus his main, actually. Yeah, WTS is having some very great counter picks right now. Normally you can use the same team, but it looks like these players want to try to go change up their gameplay a little bit and trying to mix up their strategy. Yeah, Teknik's gotta get one on the board, or else he will go home or go down to losers bracket in disgrace, because WTS, while one of Teknik's students, wasn't really considered by Teknik as like a main threat to like his gameplay. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty good. It looks like Lunar is about to get the last match. It looks like WTS is using his main team while Teknik is using his Lulu team, trying to go for a hard counter. But he might actually mess this up very badly. Gets his hit, doesn't swap it off. Oh wait, that's a lag swap. He predicted that. Shit. That's one. He swapped out. Might swap in a bit too early later on though. Oh shit, did he just rage quit? Hold up, what happened? Oh shit. Yeah. And it looks like it's GG's from WTS. It's very unfortunate that he decided to rage quit at this moment. He could have gotten so much recovery, but that one hit from WTS after taking 2 losses just push him over there. It looks like Teknik loses the first set, and it's dropped down in losers. Well played by WTS, and we'll see you in the next match. Bye bye.